Although, COVID-19.
I don't have COVID.
Oh, man.
And this is A&B Convos Wrestling Edition.
Welcome everyone to the most must-see wrestling review show on YouTube. Welcome to A&B Convos Wrestling Edition. So as you can see, we're doing things a little bit different this time because, well, this is going to be a very different weekend. It is WrestleMania weekend, and we don't even know what to expect.
You don't know what to expect, but we are starting to get excited because this week there were some changes, and because they realized that they could take advantage of pre-recording and doing little tricks with the camera, we actually saw some things that really excited us and just got us a little more hopeful.
This is true. This is the last week before WrestleMania, the road to WrestleMania. So we had Monday Night Raw, the Wednesday Night Wars with NXT and AEW, and of course Friday Night SmackDown live on Fox. Well, live. I don't know what is or
not live, but yeah.
So, you know, my thing is, overall, I thought the shows were relatively good. We got some decent action. Still showing us some matches of yesteryear. Still not in love with that because it just reminds me of what we're not going to see today and tomorrow. But they were still good matches. Good to take a walk down memory lane.
Yeah, I mean, and then they also did a little trickery with the Bray Wyatt Fiend John Cena angle, and I loved it. I loved it. It was awesome. And they're bringing first of all, the Mandy and Otis story was already one of my favorite stories. And to turn it around with the Sonya Deville, first of all, I usually see stuff coming. I actually didn't see that coming. And I loved it. I was screaming when I was watching it. It was so exciting. You know, it was great.
So we'll see what things develop. This is a very unique thing, kind of a hackerish sort of a situation. Yeah. So I can appreciate that. So we'll see where they go with that. Maybe there'll be a little bit of that in WrestleMania. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, it was great.
So, you know, for me, I know we've got some big matches that are going to be coming up. We've got the pre-show that's going to be kicking off. We are really, really curious to see what's going to happen. I'll tell you what, though, what I want to see, which we saw a little bit of right at the top of the hour of Monday Night Raw, somebody is bringing back an old school character. The American Badass is gonna be back, and he's gonna make AJ Styles famous.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't make sense to keep bringing Undertaker back if you're just bringing him back to lose. You don't bring someone back once a year to lose. AJ Styles doesn't really have anything going on right now anyway. But then when you do, I mean, really, he's still the dead man, but I do feel it was time to kind of mix it up and bring in a little old school flavor on that end. So yeah,
I'm excited. I'm really excited. So
if I look at the Seth Rollins versus KO, Kevin Owens cannot continue to come in and be the savior of the universe versus the bad guy. He's been doing that role now from person to person, and I don't really. And if Seth Rollins loses, I feel like maybe they're just gonna turn away from his Messiah bit because the whole point would be to be more powerful than that. So I feel like Seth would have to win if they're going to try and continue with this stupid savior thing.
Most likely he would. I'm sure there'd be some outside interference. We know Kevin Owens doesn't really have a lot of friends, except for Samoa Joe, who unfortunately has been out of the WWE for the last 30 days. I don't know if his time is up. It might be possible we could see return at WrestleMania. I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, obviously with the Otis and Dolph thing, everybody's going to want Otis to win. As far as the Undertaker goes, we've already addressed that. Undertaker needs to win. As far as the triple threat match, I don't think I could call it.
I'm going to call it right now. It's going to be The Miz and John Morrison maintaining.
If I have to call it, that's what I would call as well, because they're great champions and they're so entertaining, but they're all entertaining and they were all enjoyable champions. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with you on that one as well.
Personally, I am always a fan of Goldberg, yesteryear or today. But I tell you what, it is about time that Braun Strowman gets the championship that he deserves. If he can't get that WWE championship, might as well be the next best thing. And Goldberg is gonna get these hands.
I agree. You can't. What happens is that they keep reviving people who are legends, and then they ruin their legacy because they are pushing them beyond their time. And I feel like with this one, it was one thing to bring him back and to beat Brock, but then you keep going, and then we had the disaster with him and Undertaker, and I understand trying to redeem that, but I feel like now we're at a point where it is time that the WWE puts Braun where he belongs, because at this point they had him in the right position to be champion, and then they let that go, and it's time. It's Braun Strowman. He needs to be champion.
What I think is going to happen, what I would really like to see, is Braun Strowman does in fact win this title match. We have Bray Wyatt or The Fiend, whoever it's going to be in this Firefly Funhouse match, will win that, and let's bring this Wyatt family back together again in a match where The Fiend wants that title back, and we have these two former members.
That's awesome.
Going head to head. Let's see that happen.
Yeah, I know that there are people who think that Goldberg is going to win and retain so so that Bray Wyatt can redeem himself and The Fiend can get that back. But I would rather see Braun versus The Fiend for sure.
And more than anything, I got to tell you, somebody who is due Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
I think this is going to be a really good match. These are two guys that will hold no punches, but
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre deserves this win and that title.
He's earned it, and he's shown that he's ready for that as well. So I'm all about that as well.
And we need a full-timer as champion. This part-time business, no good.
Yeah, and as far as Alexa and Nikki go, you know that I don't like Nikki at all. And I'm not usually a fan of Alexa, but the last time that she actually fought,
She
actually did okay, and we were surprised and we were impressed. So if she brings it like that again, I will be excited about that. That would be good.
I'll be excited to see a good match, but I'm all about the Kabuki Warriors.
Oh, for sure.
So,
I'm not saying I want them to win,
3,
but I for sure
retain.
hope that they actually bring an entertaining match.
What I'm not really looking forward to is the Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley match, because while I'm sure it'll be a good match, I don't ultimately see a point. I don't feel like Rhea Ripley needs to be put over by Charlotte. She's done very well on her own. And I can't even imagine Charlotte winning this championship. Again, what would be the point?
We're going to agree to disagree, because these two powerhouses are so talented. I just think it's a good matchup. So I feel like sometimes in wrestling, we just want to see a good matchup because it's going to be a good fight, an equal matched fight. And I feel like in this instance, because she is being compared to Charlotte as she's being brought up, that it's a good thing to see them while Charlotte is still in her prime and Rhea's coming up, because a lot of times you'll say, oh, you know, if I was younger, if we would have been in the ring at the same time. And I feel like this is a situation where you actually have like a Charlotte 2.0 coming up at that same time, and they actually can fight while she's still in her prime. So I'm excited to see the match. Do I think Charlotte's going to win? It wouldn't make sense for Charlotte to win because she doesn't go to NXT. So
that's it for us. Let us know what you think in the comments below. What are you most excited to see here at WrestleMania? What don't you want to see at WrestleMania? I don't know. It's anybody's guess at this point.
Anybody's guess.
Thank you guys for watching another A&B Convos Wrestling Edition. WrestleMania is going to get kicked off in just under 2 hours, and we'll be watching. We hope you will too.
See you down the road.